Buttons are useful for triggering different types of events in your games. Let's build a button that activates by touch and a button that activates through clicking. Hello everyone, it's Lewis from LogoLife, bringing you a series dedicated to Roblox game development. In this video, we'll be learning about how to make a simple button to help us on our coding journey. Let's get started. Alright, let's start by adding a cylinder, and then we'll rotate it. This is going to be the base of the button, so I'm just going to make it really big because I want to make a big button, something that's going to be so irresistible to press. Alright. I'm going to change the material to diamond plate for the base, and I'll duplicate, slightly move the button up, and dimensions. We definitely want to change the material on the button press, so I'll go to neon and make it red as well. I have to adjust the size, and then just once you adjust it, just try to put it in the middle of the base as best as you can. That looks pretty good. All right, actually the base could probably be brought up a little bit. That's great. I'll select both pieces and group them together. We're gonna name that touchable button. The first button we're gonna make, and the first part we added was the base, and the second part we added was the actual button itself. So I'm just going through and renaming them. Awesome. Now let's go into the button and we'll add a script. Actually, we have to anchor them first. Don't forget to anchor. Now let's go and add the script. First step, let's create a variable for the button in our game. Then we're going to want to make it a touchable button. So for that, we need the touch event. Quickly looking at the object browser, you can see parts do have access to the touched event, so that's what we're gonna do. Go back here and we'll go button touched, and then we'll connect the function to it. Now there is something that happens when we're trying to trigger buttons through touch. I'll demonstrate it quickly. It actually will trigger so many times if you just leave it by itself. So I added this print statement hit, and now I'm going to demonstrate when I go to that button, it really is going off, already going off 50 times. So we want to make it more manageable. For that, we're going to use a technique called debouncing. We start off by creating a debouncing variable. So we'll call that touch, and we'll set that equals to false. Then we'll go ahead and check. First thing we're going to do is check that the variable is false. If it is, then we're going to make it true. Then we'll put all the code we want in the middle between the lines, and we're done. We just reset the button so that it can be pressed again. But this way, we're only performing an action every second. So you can tweak it based on the time you put here on the wait. But that is the debouncing setup. Now the stuff that goes in right here in the middle. So we'll take a little comment. I'm gonna write the code for when we activate the button. So first thing I'd like to do is when I activate the button, I want to change its color. So I'll go button.brick color equal brick color new, and we'll change it to green. I'd also like to change the position, and it would be a little bit lower than its original position. So I'm taking its original position, and now I'm going to add a new vector 3 that is just simply going to bring the button a little bit lower. So first we're going to 0, then I'll just go negative 0.2. It should be enough just to bring it lower just a tiny bit. But then we'll want to reset the button back to its original position. So we should probably just go ahead and save that original position by creating a new variable, button default position. So that button position. Because right here, what we're doing in the last step of debouncing is actually resetting the button as well. So I can make a comment here. When we're gonna reset the button, and of course we have to bring the touch variable back to false, but we should also bring the button brick color back to really red, how it was before, and return the button to its original position. Okay, sweet. So we should be able to test it out now. So let's go ahead and run this thing and see how it performs. We have our big red button. There we go. Nice. You can see that every second it triggers again. Every second it's going and doing its thing. So pretty good. What we want. Behaving accordingly. Something that I feel it's missing would be like a nice label on top of the button. Something like press or like boom. If it was an explosion, it'd be amazing. So I'm gonna show you how we can do that. Let's hit pause on this and we'll go back and just add a surface GUI onto the button. That will add a text label. Now we just have to see what side of the cylinder it's displaying on. Obviously we want the top, so what we do here is select the text label and we're just going to select the surface GUI and just switch around the faces of the GUI until you find it. So right here, this is not the side, but you can see we're trying to get this label to show up on the top. So yeah, it's not that easy. It's going through and which one it is. Okay, so left is the one. It's the one that's got it. So we're going to now increase the size of the text, make it all the way as big as possible. We'll change these font to like this. And then I'll change the color white. We need to change the transparency of the background. But you can see it's getting cut off, and that's so easy to fix. We just need to move the position of the text. So to tweak it, a bit of playing around. So start with 100 here and 100 over there. We can see we need more, so I'll go maybe 50 here, maybe go 350. Okay, and then we'll go 400 on this one. Okay, we've gone a bit too far down, so I'll do another 350. Nice. Pretty good. And then we change the text. Press me. Let's go. We have a very nice button now. That's amazing. Then with this, you can trigger events in your games, and actually we'll have other videos where we show you different things that you can do. We'll go over different types of events. That's one button that works through just stepping on it. Now the next version of the button is going to do the same, but we're going to click it instead. So we don't have to go all the way from scratch. We just go and duplicate the button that we already have. Instead of touchable, we'll name it clickable. And then we got to add what's known as a click detector. Got a click detector there. Now we gotta go and tweak the code a little bit. So this stuff here in between, that's gonna be the same. I'm just going to put it down here for now so we don't lose it. This is the part that's gonna change because we're no longer interested in the touched event. Now we want click. So for that, we're going to go to And then we want the click detector. So that actually happens on one level higher. Because that's why it's good to know how to navigate with script.parent, because we can see the click detector is actually one level higher than the button. That's easy. We can just move. I could have just moved it. Okay, there we go. Button dot click detector. We want mouse click connect function. Boom. There we go. Now just take the code that we already had before and we put it right inside. We have ourselves a button that does the same thing, but now it clicks instead. So both buttons are in the same position. Move them around here. Oh, actually, so now we can change the text label. It here, it's not just press me. We want this one. This one is the touch button, and then the other one is the click button. So I'm just naming those text labels accordingly. This one's gonna be click me. Okay, let's go see if it works. We got ourselves two buttons. First one works when you touch it, and it has a 1 second debouncing. That's why you see it kind of going back and forth every second. What we've done. And the second one, it doesn't do anything through touch, but you can see the little hand icon. See, it works when you click it. So it depends what kind of button you want. But we got ourselves two basic buttons here that can make something awesome for your game. So let's go. I don't know why, but when I see buttons like this, I'm so tempted to just make an explosion. Oh, wow. So I think I'm going to do that. Let's just... I'm going to create an explosion real quick so you can see a boom. Add like a sphere. For some reason, I want the explosion to appear right on that sphere. I'll rename it sphere. Now we can go in and actually mess with the code of the button. So, okay, we activated the button, we reset the button, but now let's perform an action, let's say. So the action I like to perform is to have an explosion. So let's create an explosion. Local explosion equal to instance new explosion. And we'd like that explosion to go to the position that is equal to workspace.sphere.position, right on that sphere. And we want the explosion to actually show up in the game. So we'll change the parent equals to the workspace. And then the explosion maybe blows up the sphere. So let's do it workspace here. Destroy. Sphere. Destroy. Destroys the sphere. Now this is only gonna work once, because after the sphere is destroyed, it's gonna say like, oh, there's no longer a sphere to destroy, basically. So, but anyways, we can test each button at a time. Oh, we blew up our sphere. And then of course the second time I pressed, the error came up that what I was telling you guys about. So there you have it. Oh, by the way, so one thing to notice, that since there was an error on the second press, then the button did not reset. Okay, so that would be another video on like how to deal with that. Well, we got ourselves... See if the error goes away if we just simply don't destroy the sphere. And we can just add this to the other button. The same action on the clickable buttons. Both buttons will do the same. We can end this video with a double bang. So let's do it. Touch button. Nice. Look at that. The sphere even moves a little bit. And then the click one. Clickable one. See if we can trigger double the explosions. Oh yeah, let's go. I hope you guys really like that, how to make some cool buttons. And we'll definitely be reusing these buttons many times throughout future videos. So make sure you learn how to do this once. Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed the video, give it a thumbs up and subscribe to be notified when we post new videos. Keep an eye out for upcoming workshops on our website and join the Discord to get involved in our community. We'll see you on the next one. Oh, yeah!